Which conspiracy theory is so believable that it might be true? Mattress firms aren't only holding mattresses, buddy. After reading about this on Reddit, I got to thinking. Once I needed a new bed, I decided to check it out. I went in and was approached by two salesmen. They had this $1,499 mattress that I really liked. The sales guy saw the twinkle in my eye and knew that I must have this mattress. I told him I liked it, but I needed something more budget friendly. I was a broke ass at the time. He then said, well, we can do this one here on the floor for $950. I told him, to be honest, I only have $400 to spare. He says, hold on a minute while I make a call. Then comes out and says, okay, we can do $400. Just come back in an hour while we prep it. I left, came back, and they even helped me lift it up to my truck. Honestly, the best mattress I've ever owned. I get compliments all the time. Edit. My top comment is about mattress now. I love Reddit. One of my favorites is that the government was behind #THROWBACKTHURSDAY in order to get us to digitize and upload pictures that they would not have had access to in order to improve age progression / facial recognition algorithms. I don't know about TBT, but the 10-year challenge provided anyone who wanted to grab it a massive amount of training material for a face recognition AI. Maybe the 10-year challenge was born when the government, or Facebook, or the Chinese / Russians heard the conspiracies about TBT and said, you know what, that's actually not the worst idea. YouTube in a mobile browser is so bad, so they can force you to use the app and not use an ad blocker. This is true for most mobile sites, this one included. Not only do they want to run their ads, they want the data that an app can get compared to a website. Multiple football World Cups have been influenced either by governments hosting them or other entities out for their own gain. 2002 South Korea / Japan and 1978 in Argentina are the two most obvious ones that come to mind. It's well known that international sports, including soccer and the Olympics, are huge septic pools of corruption. FIFA is absolutely the most corrupt organization in sports. Long John Silver's is some kind of money laundering scheme on the basis that they have been open for as long as I can remember, but I have also literally never seen a busy Long John's. Toxic delusion that I ironically entertain? Perhaps. You clearly didn't grow up in a white trash family. LJS is a poor man's Red Lobster. We would eat fast food almost every night when I was growing up, and maybe once a month get LJS. It was a treat. The government experiments on the mentally insane because no one will believe someone with that kind of medical history. I feel like people overlook the fact that the government actually did experiments on Americans and at least one of them up so bad that he moved to the middle of the woods and started mailing bombs to people. According to Kaczynski himself, the accounts of them cultural experiments have been wildly overhyped. To this day he claims he's mentally sound. He even wrote an autobiography from prison, Truth vs Lies, to dispel this idea that the CIA fried his brain. Edit. You'll realize he's still alive, right? You can just write a letter to him and ask him yourself. He responds to all mail. Bob Vance was just trying to plug his business to the cameras every time he introduced himself. Kevin played dumb and was actually embezzling and or laundering money when they find out the one guy from Stanford was arrested for insider trading. Kevin even says that sounds exactly like what I do every day. Everyone should learn to code is a movement to flood the market with software engineers so that salaries can be reduced. That's also why they are dropping software engineer as a title for the lesser title of coder. Coder sounds so stupid. The president of the Philippines, Duterte, is very anti-drugs to hide his own involvements with drug cartels off which he makes billions. Funny enough, he once told supporters that if his own children were found to be dealing in drugs, they should be executed. Not long after, one of his children was found to be involved with a big shipment of cocaine. Ike. Still alive. I may be shaky on some of the details here, but I remember reading this on Duterte's Wikipedia page. I'm at work, we'll find the source later if anyone is interested. Edit. Thanks to everyone who has posted sources in the comments. I got some of the details wrong. Meth, not coke, etc. But the gist is accurate. Also, dude had a past drug issue with fentanyl that nobody really knows if he's clean from, and apparently smokes weed. Robert Kardashian destroyed evidence that would have convicted Oj. He was handed a Louis Vuitton garment bag by Oj's assistant right as Oj returned from Chicago. None of the cops paid any attention to him as he walked away with the bag. When the bag theory was discovered a month later, Kardashian claimed to have lost it. Apple started the meme about AirPods being expensive as a marketing ploy. Happened around Christmas. You might be right. Not only thing that was happening. I was in there getting my laptop fixed, and they were offering $150 gift card for anyone who bought a phone or laptop. Since people were buying stuff already, the extra money made AirPods a lot more affordable. PETA is controlled opposition run by the meat industry designed to make animal rights activists look bad. They act so insane and overly petty at times I can almost believe this one. I can't believe my most upvoted comment is just a passive remark that basically restates the post, which is why it meets the criteria of the AskReddit question. The reason Disney came out with a movie called Frozen was so that when you googled Disney Frozen you would get information about the movie and not websites talking about Walt Disney's body being frozen. And don't forget about Disney on Ice too. Everyone knows Disney on Ice was created to offset the Google searches curious about going to Disneyland while high on meth. Cops go on wires and leave random police sightings to cause people to slow without actually having to stay and check on people. One guy actually posted on Reddit that he did this so that his traffic duty was easier. It's better than giving tickets. Edit. There are states that have banned ticket quotas. I think it's smart for them. It gets the job done of getting people to slow down without having to worry about pulling over a crazy person. Michael Jordan's first retirement was actually a suspension by the NBA because of his gambling. It was to avoid a suspension. Subtle difference. Avoid a public suspension. I mean, if the league gives you the option to take a suspension or take a few years off, it's still technically the league suspending you. Goes deeper. Take a few years off to play baseball for the same owner who owned the Bulls. Reinsdorf made just as much money having him in baseball. Are you telling me that Space Jam lied to me and Jordan didn't love and want to play baseball more than basketball his whole life? The real reason Apple removed the headphone jack was to try to remove Square Pay systems as a competitor for Apple Pay. Edit. First gold comment. Thanks guys. Well, I'll be damned. Rob Gronkowski didn't actually injure his groin after scoring his 69th career touchdown. He just thought it would be funny / appropriate. That's easily believable. Snapchat worked with the FBI to popularize and secretly test and improve face recognition technology. We went from wow, this is like magic to this is totally normal in a few years, and there's no way that the technology isn't being by law enforcement. Have you read the terms and agreements of Snapchat? It's not that secret that most social media is selling your information, including the one we are using right now. Yeah, even your scoring tests like CAPTCHA are used to train AI. Lotteries are actually traps for time travelers. That would make a great /r/rating prompts. I've seen it on there a long time ago. Any chance someone has a link to it? Trader Joe's makes their parking lots small on purpose to make them seem more popular than they really are. Kyle Kinane. Op asked for conspiracy theories not facts. My bad. The development of the F-35 fighter jet is so over budget, so the military can fund other top secret projects without making a new line item on the budget. It's the only conspiracy theory I believe. $10,000 for a hammer. I always hear the advice that in order to stop being heckled by Scientologists, just ask where Shelley went or ask about the circumstances of her disappearance. It usually shuts them up. She went to the mothership, bro. She's with Master Chief on the Pillar of Autumn, bro. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory at this point, but a lot of people still don't acknowledge that your internet searches and social media profiles are absolutely being used as training models by major rig companies. I was a drunk college student and had access to them to run AI training. If you still think you're off the grid, you're an idiot. Being frank, it's not a big deal. If you don't have dark shit to hide, those people are too busy building the new technological world to give a shit that you look at midget porn. But don't delude yourself to think people don't have access to anything you do on the internet. And to further that point, privacy in public is non-existent. When you're in public, in a city, you're on camera something like every 6 minutes, more in denser areas. So don't go freaking out when someone takes your picture or films you acting like an idiot. If you have your cell phone with you, you're being tracked. How else does Google give you specific traffic congestion details in real time, all over the world?